Louisiana beer reviews. Pirate Water, Miami Vice, Viva la Stool. 10% alcohol. This is a 1 pint can. I bought this at a local service station, convenience store. It's was canned on the 26th day of 2023 in La Crosse, Wisconsin at 2:52 p.m. Drink 4 Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin, and Memphis, Tennessee, and under special agreement, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Flavored malt beverage. Malt beverage with natural and artificial flavors and certified colors. So it's got some natural flavors, some artificial flavors, and food coloring. And it is in collaboration with Barstool Sports. It's like an internet sports thingy, which I don't follow. Alright. Or know much about. They did a collaboration with Labatt USA to make the new golden ale with Barstool Sports. So this is with Drink 4. The real name is Phusion Projects. The makers of, or the owners of Four Loko, because Four Loko is also contract by the same people, City Brewing, who owns the La Crosse, Wisconsin, Memphis, Tennessee, and Latrobe, Pennsylvania breweries. I don't know why it's under special agreement with Latrobe, but could have something to do with Anheuser-Busch selling it to them after they bought the Rolling Rock brewery back 17 years ago. It could be some deal like that. Okay, well, there's your red food coloring. Going to be no head of foam, really. You don't get that with these flavored malt beverages. Clear red, like the can. Kind of a pinkish red, like the can. I do the reviews, okay? I do not drink these kind of things on a regular basis under any circumstances, okay? I buy them for reviews and see what I think. But if you look in my fridge, you're not going to see these. I mean, you'll see singles for the review of different varieties, but like multiple, no. Okay, and I don't know how anybody could drink this stuff every day. I really can't see how. All right, 10%. It's getting into trouble territory. All right, let's go with the aroma. I guess it smells like some kind of fruit punch, like Hawaiian punch. There's something called Tahitian Treat, which used to be called Canada Dry. It was called Canada Dry Tahitian Treat. Now it's just called Tahitian Treat. I've never had it. It's I see it. It's like a, you know, obviously a fruit drink, soft drink, carbonated. This might be trying to mimic that. Tastes like strawberries. So it could be using natural strawberry extract, maybe cherry, whatever artificial thing. Maybe it's sweetened with cane syrup, maybe high fructose corn syrup. So sugar and maybe corn sweetener. I don't know. Hopefully not sugar substitute. Corn syrup would not be considered a sugar substitute, okay? You know, like Splenda or saccharin. It's just like a alternative type of sugar, not a substitute. Tastes like they're using cane sugar or corn sugar, really. Corn syrup. I don't get that nasty, ugh, artificial sweetener flavor. But I could be wrong, but I don't get that. They did that with the Four Loko Sour Warhead Cosmic Sour. I wasn't so thrilled like the way that came across, and it wasn't sour enough. This one is it's very sweet. 4 out of 5 sugar cubes. Bitterness is nil. 0 out of 5 hop cones. It does contain hops, though. It's a malt beverage. Malt beverages, by law, have to contain hops at a certain level. It can't be just a trace amount. But as sweet as this thing is, they're probably adding just enough hops to balance out the sweetness, so it's not, you know, too stomach turning. You know what I mean? No, I mean. So it's high medium bodied, not quite heavy bodied. The finish is semi-sweet. I was going to say tastes like Hawaiian Punch, but I think that's heavier. Like if you get the Hawaiian Punch with the, you know, little character on it, punchy, with the coconut hat. It's got some prickly carbonation. Yeah, maybe it's more like, I've never had Tahitian Treat, but just by looking at it in the bottle, like the consistency of it in that clear bottle, it looks, plastic bottle, it looks kind of like it would be like that. Or taste something like that, you know, the tropical fruit flavors and maybe a southern United States flavors like strawberry. Could be some cherry too. Now the green one, the lime, the margarita version, I mean, it was marginally good. I gave it a B-. I think that was the score. I would hate to see the score on Untappd. I'm sure it's very low for this, but you know, they're more dealing with, if you want to say, legitimate beers. And I understand this is beer base. It's a flavored malt beverage, an FMB as they call them in the industry. They take the beer and they make it like a vodka. And in Canada, a lot of these are made with vodka. They're not malt beverages. They're vodka in a few states. Smirnoff was talking about that. In some states, they make it vodka-based, but some states don't allow it, you know. But here we always get the... No, well, we get some... We do get some liquor-based, so never mind that. But most we get malt beverage. But they take the beer and they make it like a vodka. If you look at Mike's Harder website, they go into detail, like real detail. You got to have a lot of reading time, I guess, if you get on there. Don't be in a rush. They talk about how to get it down to like a vodka substance, odorless, colorless base. They filtered so many times, like, you know, like vodka's sometimes 7 times distilled and then 5 times filtered, you know. And so they don't want it to have any flavor. They want the flavor to come from the flavorings, kind of like blended scotch. You know, they want the grain whiskeys to really kind of be neutral, you know, in the flavor. And they want the single malts, single barley malt scotch whiskeys at, you know, like maybe 20% of it, the volume, they want that to give the flavor to the blended scotch. So this is kind of the same concept. And or like American blended whiskey, same thing. So, but this is malt based. Of course, I guess whiskey's malt based too, right? Or grain based. It's all, they're all made from grains, but I think they did a good job with the flavoring. I mean, 15 years ago, if you got something from City Brewing, it was pretty grim. And but they had just taken over those breweries. I guess they were new at it, and maybe they weren't really sure what they were doing. But their competency has increased. It's obviously increased because products I get from them, they're usually all right. And even Guinness had a contract with them for a good while to make the Guinness Blonde. Until they got their own brewery, which they're about to shut down in Maryland. So maybe they're going to go back to these people. It's pretty juicy. I was expecting to hate it, you know, like, oh, it's just gonna hate it. Now I kept putting it off, you know. I'd see the cans in the fridge. I'm like, I got one more left. There's the orange can. I don't remember the name of it, but they did a pretty good job. I have to give them credit. City Brewing, you did a good job. And they're brewing it according to what Phusion Projects wants. If you're thinking, oh, this is Four Loko territory, it's going to be really a real turnoff. It's actually, it's a lot more drinkable and pleasant than a Four Loko, because those are just so harsh, so incredibly strong that they're hard to take, and after you drink them, you feel like somebody gave you medicine and you got to recover from it. It's not a but then the serving size is 5 ounces. That's what they're telling you, a 5-ounce serving size. But you know, people are buying it, those 23.5-ounce cans, and they're drinking the whole thing. You know that. But hopefully they're not sharing it. The serving size here is 5 ounces. Five times 3 is 15, plus 1 ounce is this can. I'm going to drink all the serving size. I'm going to drink them all together, you know. It's got an unusual flavor too, an under flavor. Not the booze, not the alcohol flavor. It really doesn't have that too much. It's one of the fruit flavors, the underlying, it's not, is it cherry? It's something, but it's unusual and it's interesting. It's a very interesting flavor. I know with Four Loko, they're always trying to mimic somebody else's drink. You know, like, you know, they'll say, you'll know what it tastes like, but we can't say it here. Like they'll say on their website, we can't say it. But I never know what they're supposed to taste like because I don't drink those kind of things they're trying to mimic. So I just try to explain what I'm tasting. This one has got me confounded a little bit. Well, the magic of food chemistry, right? Like, so I don't know what artificial flavoring and natural extracts they're using. I know food coloring is pretty simple thing, right? You can sell that at the store. Okay, I'm going to give it a pretty good score. Yeah, it's more pink than red. And I'm getting to the bottom of the glass, yeah. There's a tartness to it now. Tart. Could have added sodium citrate to it for tartness, though. That's a food chemical that's added for tartness. It's allowed. One more sip and we'll give it the score. I had it in the freezer for a little while I was getting my hair washed, you know, and all. And that helped. It's good to drink these really cold. I don't think warmth is their friend. It's almost like they're over ice, you know, when you get them out the freezer, and they're made for that kind of experience. So, hey, well, I've had a lot worse, and I cannot say this is bad just because I don't really have much regard for these kind of things, like what they're trying to do here. But, I don't know, if people want to drink them, it's fine. I don't need to be all kind of snobbish, like, oh, you don't drink good beer, you drink that kind of stuff. You're so inferior and common. I mean, it's true that you are, but I'm just kidding in a serious manner, you know what I'm saying? As a comic, in all seriousness, I think that it gets an A-. I'll go with 91. 91 out of 100, 9.1 out of 10. It's in the excellent range for what it is. Now, I hate what it is, you understand? But for what it is, it's excellent. Hard to believe, huh? Strange but true. So, laissez le bon temps relais. A little bit of a shock here, but I mean, I'm glad to get a pleasant shock. I've had some bad negative shocks with some of these beers, and not all of these flim-flam things, if you want to call them that. I've had some, you know, supposed to be really good craft beers, and I'm like, oh, this is so bad, you know. But anyway, that's it, A-, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to, I don't think they give tours, but City Brewing in La Crosse, Wisconsin, or Memphis, Tennessee, or Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and take a brewery tour if they'll let you in. And when I went to that brewery in La Crosse when it was still owned by Heilemann, and I bought a keychain. I didn't have time to take the brewery tour, but the day I was there, they got bought out by Stroh's. Like literally, it was all over the radio. And then 3 years later, they got bought out by Pabst, who immediately sold the brewery to City Brewing. Okay, but they gave free water away. Like they had free tap water, brewery water, treated water on the side of the building. And I saw people out there. I saw people driving up and filling up their water bottles with it. I mean, it was probably just treated Mississippi River water because La Crosse is right on the Mississippi River, but they were doing it. St. Louis, Missouri gets their water from the Mississippi River, and so does New Orleans, Louisiana, and Anheuser-Busch gets their water for their beer from the St. Louis water supply, so it comes from the Mississippi. 10%, that river, what they call that. All right, thank you.